Yeah, America's not perfect, but we're as close as any country in the world could ever get. And we're working on it. But yeah, minorities do not get mentioned in a lot of cases. But we're getting better. Make America great again.
From 1955 to 1968, deaf individuals served as test subjects in a study to better understand motion sickness and how humans can survive and function in outer space. The general public never knew about these efforts until more than 50 years later, when Gallaudet University, where most of the volunteer test subjects once attended, created an exhibition to honor their contributions. This exhibit, called Deaf Difference and Space Survival, is a fascinating display of photographs and printed text, giving any visitor an education about an historical event that was once unknown. This visitor is Harry Larson, who knows firsthand what took place. He was one of the deaf recruits who endured many tests.
Well, looking back, it was a great adventure. Just being involved with that program was thrilling. I was happy to be part of it. It was definitely one of the high watermarks of my life.
One adventure Harry will never forget is that time they traveled 200 miles on rough seas in the North Atlantic during the winter.
So this picture behind me was part of a Navy experiment to test whether or not we could get seasick.
Of course, the deaf subjects never do get seasick, further indicating their immunity to motion sickness. Near the end of the trip, Harry remembers how badly frozen everything was on the ship's deck.
At that time, I wasn't thinking much about my safety. But now, looking back, I realize how dangerous the voyage was. And I think to myself, what would have happened if this ship would have sunk?
Because of their ability to endure all types of tests, these men made it possible for scientists to explore human reactions to weightless environments and extreme motion, and learn that the inner ear plays a major role in motion sickness. In this exhibit, we learn all kinds of details, like the fact that during the 50s, the very first deaf test subject was a woman named Pauline Hicks.
So this story has a lot of parallel with the famous Hidden Figure story about the African-American women who were involved in this space program. And I think people are starting to learn that minorities have been involved with experiments in history for a long time.
For those 11 men and their families, this exhibit provides an emotional walk down memory lane. And for the public, this exhibit demonstrates how the deaf community has contributed to the space program.
We were different in a way they needed.
Coming up, satellites are improving the lives of so many around the world, even in areas you might not suspect.
And I think that's really the role for developing countries, because even if today we can't see the immediate benefit, this is the industry of the future. This is the industry of tomorrow.